that could give them an advantage after multiple rounds and days at the NC2As. So that will help Texas A&M as they do battle here. And a year ago at the NCAAs, Texas A&M had the fastest time in the country when they ran 3 flat 72. So we'll look for Texas A&M running in 5. The Pac-12 champion Arizona runs in 1. Illinois in 2. USC in 3. They did not run their top team at the Pac-12 championships. The Big 12 champions, TCU, run in 4. Texas A&M, as we mentioned, the SEC champs in 5. The Pac-12 runner-up, Oregon in 6. Iowa in 7. Iowa's run 3:04 this year. Washington in 8. So we still have moments before we get underway. In this heat 2 for the men, 4x400. So runners getting into the blocks in heat 2. And we are underway in heat 2. Men's 4x400 meters. And Rye Benjamin runs leadoff for USC. Rye Benjamin. So Rye Benjamin running in lane 3. USC bringing their top team here. Benjamin on the leadoff, running a tremendous leg here. Rye Benjamin. So sub 45 leg for Benjamin. So A&M still in the mix off the break, but it is Benjamin with TCU, or it is USC with TCU, and then the Hawkeyes on the outside. A&M running in 4th. So that is Schnock from USC battling back here on the Hawkeyes, TCU, and here comes Texas A&M. So this is going to be a battle between A&M and SC. 45-1 for USC. So this is Ricky Morgan for USC down the backstretch. So SC and A&M have distanced themselves here. Iowa in 3rd, TCU still in the mix. So now A&M battling back. A&M, the number 2 team in the country so far this year. USC, this is the first time they've thrown a full squad out. But it's A&M opening things up here, and we're gonna hand this over to Michael Norman, the indoor world record holder, 47 on the split for USC, and leaving some work for Norman, and Norman is on absolute fire. blasting down the backstretch, and Norman is rolling. This is going to be one of the fastest splits of the season in the NCAA, if not in the world. So Norman is on a mission here, and he sits as the predator, and here comes Norman off the turn, and he still has work to do. Is A&M going to hold this thing off? And here comes Norman. Norman's battling, but it's not going to be easy. And look at the time, 3 minutes, 3:01. And I have to stop for just a second. I got 43:1 for Norman, 43:1. I kind of can't believe it, but at the same time I can. And that tells me that Norman may be working on another world record in the outdoor fashion coming here shortly with the way he just ran that leg. And USC runs 3:01:11, second fastest time in the country this year. Texas A&M just off of their seasonal best in 3:01:23. And if I'm having a difficult time verbalizing what I just saw out of Michael Norman, it's because after watching nearly 25 years of track, I don't think I've seen a split faster. So that was incredible by Michael Norman. Iowa, very impressive in third at 3:03:69. TCU also 3:03:74. But Michael Norman, we knew he was a world-class runner, but he's going to be carrying that baton for gold medals for Team USA in the very near future. So, and Michael Norman did not have an easy road there. I mean, he had to battle through to get USC the victory in the quarterfinal. I mean, it's hard to believe that was just a quarterfinal when fifth place was 3:04 by Oregon, a seasonal best. So let's just run through this real quick and keep that graphic up if we can. So obviously USC with the second fastest time in the country, a seasonal best for them. A&M just off of their seasonal best, third fastest time on the season, or fourth fastest time on the season in the NCAA. So tremendous times there for that first heat. I mean, or for that second heat. It was absolutely incredible. So you can see that A&M was out well, but then get the baton to Michael Norman, the best quarter miler in the world. Yep, I said it. So I just don't know who can beat this guy at this point. So Norman down the backstretch still had a gap to make up with 250, as you can see here. But Norman on absolute fire, crushing here over the last 200 meters. And he kind of held up there, and he waited, and he waited, and he waited. But then when it was time to go, when he came off of this turn, Michael Norman unleashed another level and took it home, but not without challenge. So great running here by Norman to close it out, 3:01:11, number 2 time in the country.
And my niece calls me a control freak.